Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor episode number 55. Um, One of these days I'm going to work on our sign on too. It should be like, welcome to For the Rolls. We're about cats and D&D and stuff. Like that, you know what I'm saying? You got to have like a sign on and then, content and then a sign off. So one of these days we'll figure that out.
I
But
thought
if
it
you're
was
just
perfectly
joining us for
fine.
the first time, you should know that we are not very good at things. In case you haven't picked that up yet, if you're
We critique ourselves live.
and
He
if
does
you've been
anyway.
here, if you've been here
Yeah.
before, you already knew that anyways. So let's go ahead and jump into our Dungeons and Dragons. Last week, our team, having just completed the Trial of Elements and having claimed the Fracture of Zephyros, a primordial being, and been separated into different locations throughout Selindor. At each location, they ran into a wee bit of trouble, we would assume. Orin found himself in a volcano where he met a princess and quickly escaped, returning back to the Summer Grove, where he found that entire place to be on fire. Rubble falling from the sky, twisters going out of control, trying to tear apart the Summer Soldier's respite. Our friends Mitnir and Seti found themselves in the Underwhelm, in a city that reminded them sort of nothing that they've ever seen, but the players themselves of a Las Vegas but underwater. While there, they were pretty quickly captured by a couple of very peaceful guards that more invited them than anything else to the place that they work to be imprisoned, where they very quickly were kidnapped from. Having just been there for more than a few minutes, they found themselves grabbed instantaneously. What are you looking around for? It's driving me nuts.
I'm trying to get rid of the names that are popping up on our screens, but that's my mouse. Just like a new feature.
I don't have any names on mine.
It only does that when you mouse over the Discord screen.
Yeah.
My mouse isn't over there.
Try clicking on Discord and clicking on.
Well,
We're
anyways.
just stuck with them.
Anyways, so they found themselves quickly snatched up by an individual known as Garblot, the Crimson Dawn, who took them from their captured location and brought them to his neck of the woods because Seti said that she wasn't going to talk to them without sleeping first. And so they were brought to a very fancy brothel hotel sort of location where they were given the best care imaginable. Grim was down under the ground with a couple of orphans in his section of the Undercity. There he saved them from wreckage that would have completely killed every single one of them and probably killed everybody in Swampside based on the size of the pillar that dropped. But after a bit of adventure and strife and a run-in with a large gray dwarf-like creature, the kids are now safe and resting. And then there's Bropsy. In the last moments of Bropsy's fight with Zephyros to earn their respect, to show their power, Zephyros said that you need to understand the severity. And in that moment, took away her breath. And everywhere throughout Selindor, at this exact moment, some resting, some still trying to breathe heavily as the fires around them rage, some keeping watch. In that moment, none of them can breathe. Bropsy, you blink. The pain's gone in your chest. You're, for a moment, feel nothing, see nothing. And then the presence, Zephyros, is once again around you. Do you see, child? Do you see? If I am gone, none here shall breathe. If I am taken, then the dreamer breathes. Do you understand the weight?
I do.
I find your skills lacking. Your conviction, however, and tenacity seems strong. I will give you a mediocre passing grade, but the real question, child, is this. What are you willing to do to prove that you have what it takes? The commitment. What will you sacrifice to prove this to me?
What do you want?
I want you to give up something very dear. Perhaps what matters most. To commit yourself only to what we do, to what we must achieve. Everything else must fall to the wayside. Do you know of what I speak?
I've already done that.
You've experienced loss, yes. But all you think about is your children. I can see it. Every single creature, poor and wretched, you come across. You fill the void with them. But you still dream of returning to your own. I want your wings. That is my price, child. If you are to be my champion, and you are to prove that you're worthy, I want your wing. The wings that could take you back home to the plane of air. A place until we are done you shall never touch. That is my price, child. Do you accept?
I have already resigned myself to never seeing them again.
Is that your answer? You should answer soon, child. The whole world is waiting with held breath.
Fear losing my wings will make me even weaker. But I am willing to do this.
Very well. I shall speak to you the next time you dream. The next time you need aid. Until then, use your breaths wisely. And by the way, I suppose we should do something about that. And you feel something behind you. Finally, for the first time in this void, some sort of light. Up above and behind you, and you feel again searing pain. What would you like to do?
Light and pain.
You can feel light on your back. But looking in the forward, you feel just darkness ahead of you, but there's something up behind you. a presence, and you feel pain moving through your limbs.
Nothing.
As you sit there staring forward, resigned, the pain moving through starts to go numb. And you look forward and you see what almost like appears to be eyes looking into yours. But all it is this bit of stone softly glowing, with wind moving gently around it. The eyes seem to soften and smile at you. Perhaps you'll be a choice worth the price. And as they look forward, there's a gust of wind that blows past you. And whatever this thing is behind you, the thing you could not see because you did not look, you find yourself ripped to consciousness, sitting upright. You look and you see that there are black vines sticking out of your flesh. Instinctively, you begin to just tear at them, ripping them out. They seem like they were partially under the skin, crawling inside. And as you throw them to the ground and they scatter, you begin breathing again. You look and you see, sort of squiggling on the ground, the remains of something that you saw similarly crawl its way inside of Grim. And as it sits there on the ground, it begins to sizzle and burn away. Good luck, child. The echo in the back of your mind. And in that moment, your tiredness catches you and you collapse.
Same.
Lauren, as you hit the end of your very, very fast running, carrying this child under arm, you slide around as the concussive blast knocks you to the ground, able to keep the child from harm, but as you skid and finally try to find purchase on yourself, a whole section of summer soldiers, not the summer soldiers, but the summer grove seems to have fallen away. Looking at a distance, a rising pillar of just smoke and ash in the air. And as those flames begin to die, as the breath stops, there's this moment where you can't breathe, and panic begins to set in, and the child isn't breathing either. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Panic?
Roll for panic! Roll for fetal position! As you begin to... And you can't... You take in air, but it tastes stale. You can feel like the air itself has lost whatever essence made it give you energy. And as you huff and breathe and look ahead, the fire is continuing dying further and further down. Now, very little is left but char and some small sections of fire. And as you begin to get to the point of hyperventilating with panic, suddenly the air catches your lungs yet again. And almost as if nothing had happened, you find yourself breathing again. The fire's now low and cindering, smoke rising from all directions. The child in your arms, unconscious, but alive.
Well, I'm gonna look back where that floating island crashed.
Yeah, so looking backward, there's this, again, all you can see is a massive pillar of just smoke rising up. That's only a few hundred feet away from you, but looking back at it, it's just like probably maybe like 30 feet behind you is just smoke.
Well, I hope those people survive that were staying behind for some reason. Trying to beat up a falling island. I mean, I'm crazy, but that is insane.
As you, what would you like to do in the meantime? Are you just
I think I'm just trying
saying
to.
that out loud?
Yeah, I'm talking to myself, basically.
Yeah.
And trying to compose myself and make sure the kid is comfortable where we are.
Yeah.
And just sort of look around and see what my options are.
Looking around, you see a lot of the buildings are shaken. Like you see, like there's still like bits of stone and plaster falling off from things. A lot of the trees are fallen. Nests of both rodents and like squirrels and birds and even some sprites. Small houses in the trees have collapsed onto the ground. They're just on there shattered. And you can see that there's creatures just sort of trying to like huddle up onto themselves or find places where they can huddle up close together just in fear. You see the fungus-like people that had run through that were on fire. Those that you didn't catch are there just like huddled on the ground. Most of them still just barely simmering with a bit of heat, but the flames haven't gone out on them. Mostly it's smoke stinging your eyes.
Do the crispy mushroom people smell delicious right now?
A little bit.
Cooked mushroom?
It smells like a weird char that you would get. Like the umami is in the air.
Monster.
But yeah, most of what's going on right now is people just huddling in fear or in pain, or you can hear distantly as your hearing starts to come back at this moment. Now, just having realized you didn't have it from the sound wave of the thing crashing down, you can hear people calling in the distance, just random. You can't make sense of it because it's just so much chaos. We can hear crying and calling and commands being shouted down the street from one of the guards, which you weren't even aware this town had.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen any guards before.
No, they're individuals that are in the streets, and they're wearing a very interesting looking uniform. It seems to be like a sort of like tall hat that just rises off, almost like a pharaoh style hat that's just wrapped in leaves at the base. And they have just these sort of like high, very pointed sort of leaf-like pauldrons on each shoulder, and then it continues down their body, open on the sides, but like a tunic that runs through to sort of like be cinched at the waist.
Well, I'm definitely not going to try and like take charge or anything here. I'm just going to...
Oh yeah, you see that there's aid being given, and you can just hear calling in all directions. Like, it's up to you if you want to head check anything in particular out, or if you just want to like find a place to rest. It's up to you.
Well, I probably want to drop this kid off with some of the rescue people. Like, I don't know, the guards.
Yeah,
I guess,
so you head over there with the kid in your arms, and you see one of them turns towards you and says, "Oh, are you? Is that your child? Do you need aid, healing? What do you need?"
It's not my child. I rescued this child, but can you take care of him, or he's unconscious, but he's fine.
Make a persuasion check.
Take this baby off my hands.
I found this thing. Here you go.
Like, you see he's like helping a fungus man that is like burnt to a crisp and just like sitting there trying to administer healing directly to them. You see they're waving their hands over, and the spores 13. Are knitting over themselves. Says, Fine, leave the child here. Let me make a space, if you could. Actually, blankets there." And you see that he's got like a pack, and it's like full of like emergency supplies, and there's some like heavy wool blankets in there.
Sure.
Find a soft place to rest, and I'll take care of it. You, take care of yourself. I don't want to find another person injured that I need to take care of later.
Oh, I'll be fine. Thank you.
Thank you for helping this child. Turns around and goes back to work.
I think I want to sort of make my way back to the former soldier's place, see if there's any survivors there or anything.
Okay. As you start making your way back over there, you start to walk like almost to the edge of the smoke when you hear coming from inside. Oh, that was a big one. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, yes, it was, friend. That was the biggest rock we've ever plane shifted. Oh, Drizzle. And you just hear, they're unconscious, but alive. And you see as they start stumbling out, you see this frog-like individual, like heavy, more like toad-like features than a grung that you've seen, significantly bigger as well. Sort of leaning on him is the long, blue-haired individual, and you can see that his arm is just fucking shattered. And they're sort of dragging along behind them on a bit of netting is the passed-out, small elf-like female that has the tight braids. And there's just blood, just from head to toe, just covered in blood.
Yeah, that makes sense. She like face tanked the floating island.
So as they begin heading towards you a little bit, they're like, "You don't happen to be healer, would you?"
I only have one healing ability, and I used it on the child, so...
Fair enough, friend. Of all the options there, that's a good one.
But I do have a couple potions.
Well, we are... what are they called? Am I dumb? Was guild members, after all. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to pay you back. You know where we work, and where we sleep. Assuming it's still standing.
I mean, they're just regular ones, but you're welcome to them.
Anything will help you. As you gonna hand him like 2 potions?
I have 3, and there's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give each of them one.
As you give it to him.
Pour one in the other one.
Yeah, the first one, he takes it and he's like, "Oh, thanks." And he sort of lets himself off, begins like hopping and limping. You can see his leg is also basically shattered. And he goes and he starts pouring it into the female barbarian's mouth, and you see the second that it hits her lips, she just goes, "I'm up!" Woo! Did I win? And then and here they say, "Well, you're alive, so yes, you won." And then take a rest. Lie down, please. And you see as he takes a second potion and pulls the cork out and pours it down his arm, and as it does, his arm begins to like snap and like twist in certain areas. Like, "Oh, this is gonna be a bad one. Help me set it. And you see the toad is like put his like little like webbed foot on the chest and begins pulling the arm and straightening it out as if the bones begin to like snap back in place. It's the most gruesome use of a potion you've ever seen.
I think it would have had the same effect if you drank it, but okay.
The other one's gonna pull the potion and he's gonna be like, "All right, next part." He uses both on him and starts pouring it over his leg. He's like, "Oh, what a great day! It's so much fun to be in the summer soldiers. Fuck!" As his leg finally clicks back into place.
Well, you bypassed months of physiotherapy. Congratulations.
What?
Yep.
Who are you, by the way? I know that you said you're a member of the Summer Soldiers, but...
I'm Orin. I'm part of New Death.
Oh, you're the ones that won the, what was that stupid thing that school does? The fighty thing. You guys won that?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that brought a lot of attention to the Summer Soldiers. Well done. Whew. Well, if you're with us, it'd be good to see if our lodgings are still standing.
Yeah, I was on my way there now when I bumped into you all, so...
Good. Well, I'll be checking and then immediately finding rest in any not completely burnt down bed.
Probably same for me. It's been a long day.
All right. So with that, I will say, just roll me a D100.
Ooh, no pressure. D100. Boop. That is 43.
43. So roughly about half the building, starting on the side that actually luckily does not include your housing within the Summer Soldier's Respite, has been fucking charred. So pretty much from the west side has just been just like for that tornado ripping through, it's peeled half the thing off. What hasn't been like filled with ash and dust has been just collapsed, or is currently still like in cinders, being currently put out by Poppy and Sunflower, who are working in tandem and slowly like just having like these vines, these big, huge, thick, green, lush vines just pushing over and like falling and crashing and putting the flames out just by smothering them.
Well,
and as
this
you
me seems to be untouched.
Oh fuck. Everything I own was in that building.
I mean, you're welcome to crash here for now.
Oh, yes. Well, I will definitely do that. Drizzle, take me to the nearest bar. I'm fucking celebrating. You are very concussed, dear. You are very concussed. We will take you up on that offer, friend.
All right, well, let's all get some rest and see how we feel in the morning.
Not what I was expecting the day to be, but agreed. And as you guys find... Luckily, you have the correct number of beds in that area. You have... or maybe it's 6. I think there's 6 beds. So you actually have a bed for each person. The room is more or less untouched. The window's broken. So, like, the stained glass has been fucked up and a little warped from heat on the wall that itself was sort of charred and burning on the outside. But, yeah. You guys, without saying much of a word, unless there's anything you'd like to say, just fucking faceplant. They drag... They put the barbarian into a bed, and she's already snoring before they put her down. And the other two climb up and say, fuck it, and just pass out.
Accurate.
So, as you find rest, all of you start to find rest, except you, Mitnir, who in the middle of either fucking with the people that are supposed to be keeping an eye on you, or just generally keeping watch, in the middle of snacking on a spare bit of seafood that at this point is getting close to past its prime. When you're like... and you can't breathe.
Looks at the whatever like the seafood is and just drops it back on a plate first.
Must be allergic to that one.
So you set it down on the plate, and you wait for like 30 seconds, and then you start breathing again.
Pushes the plate across the table.
Awesome. Outside in the hall, you hear, "Oh my god! What in the hell was that?" God,
Did you eat bad seafood too?
You're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I'm sorry. Did you stop breathing by any chance for a second?
I mean, I thought it was some bad fish.
Right you are, sir. Right you are. Bad fish. Bad fish. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. He closes the door.
Just kind of scratch my head like, I don't think that guy's okay.
All right. Is there anything you would like to do with the rest of your watch, or are you going to just stay up till morning, quote unquote?
Just basically stay up till morning watching. You know, do whatever to keep myself entertained.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Like I switched where everything is. There it is. 3 this time.
3. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you started to watch stuff, and then like you spent a little too much time staring at the seafood, like seeing if it was trying to kill you or anything like that. And then after a while, I think you probably, this is up to you, I think you probably distract yourself checking out the bubbles that you picked up in the vial.
I've got the potion vial with.
Yeah, so you can sort of hear them just kind of squeaking inside.
Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
You just.
Personally, I want to picture Mitnir then casually grabbing that seafood again, not looking and eating it.
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
He's not even paying attention to what he's eating, but it's the same one he thought he was choking on.
Let's see. Intelligence, just at the top here.
He's all in there.
13.
13. No, he reaches for it and he's like, and pushes the plate like off the table. Just moves to the next pit. Is there anything Mitnir would like to do?
No, just kind of like obviously not paying real close attention to what's around him, but just staying awake and alert at least.
All right, so you just busy yourself with whatever, and then as time passes, everybody go ahead and take your long rest. Bropsy, Grim, Orin, and Seti. Everybody but Mitnir. I just hit myself on the headphones.
When do we level? I thought you said we were going to be getting that.
So here's the thing about you guys leveling. You will probably level soon, maybe even today. But you also have to realize you leveled less than 24 hours ago.
In game time.
You guys leveled less than 24 hours ago. You guys hit level. It's been a really fucking long day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been like maybe a month and a half that you guys have been on this same day.
Has it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we started the day getting on the travel ship thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then did the dungeon,
Mm-hmm.
get out of the dungeon,
Mm-hmm.
Separated.
and this is the end of that day.
Yeah.
This is the end of that day. Which I will probably call the longest day from here on out.
It definitely
When
was.
we
I don't
remember
think
what
it was
happened
24
today.
hours. I think it was. We probably should have had a point of exhaustion at some point because this has been.
No, it's.
I mean, I guess every combat though was only like a minute at most. It
You guys have had
4
short rests. For you guys, it has only been 24 hours. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say for you and I, right? Most of ours was just
Yeah.
like we were pretty chill most of the time, but everyone else was a lot more like go.
They had a lot going on.
You gotta
But
take that sea taxi.
as you guys finally find rest, we're gonna start. I think I want to start with Grim. Grim, you wake up and go ahead and bring ourselves to your map. You wake up with your kids in the same location. Around your kids.
They're my kids now.
You're not sure what the hour is because it is pitch black.
I'm gonna look up.
As coming like waking up in the morning that there is nothing but that tiny bit of cinders from the fire that had burned out over the night that has finally sort of hit the end of its life. As you wake up and begin heading and stretching out, you can see like this last little bit of cinder and this fire is just dying. Kids are all still passed out, for sure.
Is there any light coming out of the little hole in the ceiling?
No, there isn't any difference in the amount of light that was coming through there than there was before.
Okay.
But you know, being under here, that there is no sunlight that reaches this place anyways. The
Right,
lights
now I was
actually
just like
come from-
seeing. Yeah, if that might.
Yeah, it's just a sort of weird, sort of small glow, like bead of glowing light at the end of the tunnel. You can see where there's like green up there, like from glowing crystals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just venting to somewhere else. I'm gonna go over here by my little mushroom friend.
Mm-hmm.
And almost. Oh. James is singing happy birthday. Then I'm gonna look over here and see what's to this east portion.
You can see that there is a small step down as it finds its way into a wet area. You can only see it from this distance about there, as it sort of steps down into the water.
And I'm gonna keep going until I'm like pretty much at the water.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this whole area pretty much for you. And you can see that the water itself sort of has a bit of a light to it from underneath. There are crystals that live down there in the water. Not live, but grow. Seem to be growing off of whatever mineral deposits in the water itself help these crystals sort of grow. And so there's this sort of sharp bed of crystals beneath the water shallowly. I mean, and you see these pillars, some every like 10 foot or so, some of them even close together as you look at the map, making their way. In fact, I can reveal this too. Yeah.
Was there anything down that way? Or is it just stops? Is there anything, like, does it go anywhere? Is it just, it's just a pond?
That's it. That's as far as you see, is it goes all the way to here. And then there's, like, I mean, it's hard to make out anything specific in the area, but so you can see where it connects back over here to where your other mushroom is. It seems to be a closing area.
Well, that looks like I'm gonna go back around that way because that seems like it would be an easier way to like try and traverse those little columns.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of like try and keep it. I'm gonna investigate while the kids are still asleep here.
What are you investigating for? Just anything out of the ordinary?
I need a way out of this place because our exit is closed off. So
go ahead and make me an investigation check then.
10.
10? We're actually having a really slow delivery on our stream, by the way. I just opened it up and it's like 10 minutes ago.
Nice.
Are you muted, Beelan?
You know what? I think I forgot to lower the bandwidth. So.
Do we want to stop it?
It's muted.
What do you want to do?
We probably should. I have 65% dropped frames.
Yep. So we're going to bring stream down for a second, then we'll bring it right back up, guys.
Yep.
They'll hear that in 10 minutes.
No, they won't, because it's going to overwrite everything that we did.
I know.
It's fine.
So all of the last 10 minutes is something no one will ever see.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll go to break. I'm gonna do the transition so that way when I edit the VODs later, it's nice and neat.
It'll probably just cut it off the second that we
Start streaming again?
No, the second we stop the stream, it'll probably just cut off.
I don't know. Well, I'm still going to break just in case, so...
I'd say put up the break thing and just leave it. And then when it catches up, you can cut it and then restart.
Could be a while. Let's see.
BRB chat. Sorry about
Mm-hmm.
the difficulties.
Yeah, do the music stream.
Oh shit, I forgot to...
Oh yeah, the music
fix
thing.
Discord.
Oh wow, it's so broken!
It's broken!
Oh no!
It's okay. We fix.
We're all half peoples.
Broke
We're half
everything.
equals. Well, we were supposed to be like seamlessly back, and it was almost perfect, and then
it was
that
almost
happened.
perfect. But hey, we're back. Oh,
And it broke again!
what happened?
Where'd your little streamy thing went? I don't know where it's good.
I'm watching it. Now it's got to stay here because I'm watching it.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Okay, we're back, guys.
Okay.
So everybody should be taking a long rest. Also, Beelan, can you pull up Bropsies for me and give her a long rest? And maybe if she needs rolling, roll for her because she's not going to be able to do that. I meant to ask you beforehand. Okay.
Oh, what?
What? Because you're.
I am at my desk.
Oh, you are at your desk.
it's
Never
such a-
mind. Okay.
How
Anyways,
did you
back to
think
our
I
notes.
was doing the cats?
I have no idea. So with a 10, you search around the area, but you don't see anything that looks like an exit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop from like rock to rock then.
Okay.
It's not very far. I mean, it's like little 5-foot jumps.
Yeah, I mean you can jump those pretty easy as long as you're careful. They start to get higher here though.
Oh,
So that
okay.
one's pretty low. That one's like water level. The one
Yeah.
above is about 20 feet tall. The one that
And
you're
then
on right now is 10 feet tall. So
the one
it's
to the right is what?
that's like right on the water level.
The one
So-
to the right of me is?
Yeah, so the one you crawled up onto was 15 feet, and then you jumped to a 10-footer, and now the one you're on is a 10-footer, and the one you're about to jump onto it or looking to jump onto is pointing at these things.
Oh,
This
so
is
there's
water level. This is 20 feet high.
and there's a bunch of crystals.
There's a bunch of crystals underneath the water.
Okay. And how deep does the water look?
Probably no more than like 2 feet at the deepest.
Okay, so
Before there's edges of crystal, right?
not like fall to your death crystals. Yeah, not that deep.
Yeah, right.
So can I reach? I can't reach that then. No, I can't with my little arms.
You don't know.
But
You
there's not.
certainly
Can I
try.
see anything else from here then, or no?
What are you specific? Are you looking for like some sort of exit on the
Yeah,
pillar?
see if there's anything or
Anything strange about the pillar? Like, just what's your specific? thing
Yeah,
you're checking?
I mean the pillar. Yeah, if there's anything with that pillar, yeah. I mean mainly I'm trying to find a way out, but like, I guess in this case I'd probably be like trying to figure out, hey, what's this pillar? Can I climb it safely?
Like if you were closer to it. So if you just want to you can move yourself around as much as you want. You can put yourself down here, and then you can easily climb back up and jump on these
Okay.
again. You can
Well,
take your time.
Yeah, I can do that then.
So there's like a level where you're sort of like crawling around it, and I'll say that go ahead and make me an investigation check now.
Investigation. Oh, that's better this time. It's an 11.
It's an 11. You're searching around the rock, but currently it doesn't seem like you can get to every part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Can I climb on
so
top of it?
I'll say with an 11, you search it and you don't seem to find anything, but you also don't feel like you searched it thoroughly because you're not able to get to all the places you would like to get currently.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna try again if I feel like I haven't searched it thoroughly.
I'm just saying you don't feel like you can currently.
It's like I can. Can I climb to the top though?
That's what I'm saying is I don't think you can climb to the top. You can try if you want to be.
What would that be? An athletics check?
Yes, it'd be an athletics check.
All right, go athletics, go. An 11.
Yeah, you start to try to climb and you can't quite reach up, and you find it to be very slippery. Like this has been dripped on over time, and is very slimy going down.
Well, shoot. Well, I guess I'll make my way back to that. Well, you know what? Actually, okay, so yeah, so I'll make my way slowly back out. Derp, derp, derp.
Okay.
And then I'm tempted. How far deep? We said that puddle was about 15 feet deep, right?
What are you talking about? This? Are you talking about
All the way? No, back there. Yeah.
the hole is at least 15 feet of a drop
Yeah.
with slick sides,
And there doesn't look like. Here, I'll come over here.
and
It
that's
looks
just
like
the
there's-
amount of like edge you can see of the rock is about 10 feet down.
Yeah. Okay. And does it look like there's
50
anything like leading out under the water here in this larger area?
You can make me an investigation check under the water.
All right.
You have to get into the water to check it. Looking at it, the water is like it's too dark and murky here, and there's like too much light reflecting from like the little bit of light that's feeding from behind you where the crystal sort of pool is.
Have your water
Fine.
hat.
I put on my hat. Yeah, I put on my hat, and
So as that hits the water, it's kind of like looking at like sort of like deep, sort of like green brackish water.
Mhm.
It's definitely been sitting here for a while.
Yeah. So it's definitely not going anywhere. It's kind of just a stagnant pool.
I mean, it definitely seems like you can tell that there was like some fishing supplies and some washing supplies there.
Yeah.
So it's possible that the reason that's so dirty looking is because he washes everything in there.
Yeah, well then we're gonna get out of there. I mean, I don't care too much about the dirt, but if it just seems like it's just where he fishes and cleans his clothes. Okay, well cool, so I haven't found anything to get out of here. That's super fun. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll go over here. Be like, okay, kids, wake up.
As you wake up the kids, ah, hi, good morning.
Good morning. Are you guys rested after your big battle yesterday?
I have a lot of pain.
I bet you do. Do you feel you feel better though?
Yeah,
I mean, than yesterday?
yeah, I feel better than yesterday.
Which one's that? Is that Gabe or
That's Gabe.
no? Oh, Chrissy. I think I saw you earlier move the rocks. Would
Yeah,
you?
there's like clicks and squeaks, and you get the idea that's kind of like and you hear like a little bit of a positive mental vibe.
Do you want to maybe look around and see if there's a way to get out of here?
They sort of like say like apprehensively, like they're scared. And then they like if you've got like a look of confusion, they sort of say, you get in your mind like there's scary things in the rocks.
Oh well, if there's scary stuff, then never mind. I just want to figure out how we get out of this place, because I don't really want to stay here forever. I've got a pig I've got to go find. Make sure he's not dead.
Yeah. You also haven't quite explored the whole place either, so.
Well, what have an expert? Let's see. Okay. So I haven't. Let me go back through. I'll go back through the tunnel. I'll be like, all right, do you guys want to stay here, or you want to come with Grim?
I'm going to stay with you, Mr. Grimm.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go on a little adventure. See what we can find in this place. Okay.
Okay.
Rah! All right, let's go. And then we're gonna go. We're gonna go through We're gonna go through like the actual tunnel itself, but like the way that we didn't go before.
Yep, easily enough. You see the collapsed trap. Oh my god, just came.
Mm-hmm.
You see the collapsed trap?
Watch your step over here, guys.
Okay,
Remember
all this too.
Okay, all right. Hello, my mushroom friends. And then, I guess we'll keep going this way. We're like, okay, what didn't we do? We checked over there. I guess we'll go check this back corner thing. It's the only place I can think of that we haven't explored.
And yeah, as you get close, it's pretty obvious that there's a little climbing area right here.
Okay, wait, there's just
you can see that there is no light, but there is a dip. Like, I guess you can't see the water. That's my bad. I'm gonna unreveal this area.
Okay. Is it go up or down?
It goes up. It climbs up, and there's a sort of like gap right at the top here. So why won't you ping? I hate this game. All right, right there. There is, when you look at it, you see that there's like a sort of shelf on shelf, sort of climbing, and it looks, though slippery, it doesn't seem to have like as much muck on it.
Okay.
It just seems to just be like sort of damp from the humidity of the cave.
Okay, well then I'm only get the two guys to climb onto Grim. I don't think they're going to climb very well on their own, and then Chrissy I think can probably make her own way.
Sure.
She's the most capable. And then we're
make me an athletics check.
Yeah. Oh jeez. 10 again.
Well, a 10. I'll say that you sort of start to get your way up there, but you can't quite make it to the top. You know that at this point, if you put the kids up there, you could climb the rest of the way.
Can I put the kids up there? Can I reach that?
Yeah, with your 10-foot.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm putting the kids up there first.
Yeah, it's just getting too heavy to pull the kids and.
Yeah. All right, here you go, kids.
Mostly Gabe.
Gabe's probably far more heavy than Patch.
Yeah.
I mean, than Kobe.
Kobe doesn't weigh anything. So yeah, as you push the kids up to the top, they're like, "Okay, we'll wait up here, Mr. Grimm," and then you're able to climb the rest of the way up easily enough.
Oh.
And then we'll reveal the area.
Super babysitting attack.
So you can see that I'm just going to reveal the whole section.
Look, another pillar of rock.
you can see that there is a seemingly... Come on, switch to the thing. Let me move these kids. You look at it and you can see that there is a pool of pitch black water.
Oh, fun! And like
sitting in the middle of it, there is a pillar, and sitting inside of that pillar is a deep black bladed sword.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all. Okay, well, we're gonna do our grim thing because we can do this for Volgi. Uh-oh. My mice have been very difficult to use. Okay, we're detecting magic.
Okay.
Phew.
So you detect magic.
Yeah, when you see a strange sword, you
see
gotta...
that the sword is, in fact, there's magic on that sword.
Okay, great. Anything in the water?
Make me a perception check or nature check, your choice.
Which one's better? Well, perception's better. Nature's not terrible. 22 perception.
22 perception. You look into the water, and you can see that there is maybe a suggestion that this is water. But then you notice with your perception that the way it moves, it actually moves in chunks. There's a ripple from a drip that comes off the cave and it hits, and there's like a ripple effect, but then there's a bit of lag when it hits almost like another section, and then it begins to ripple, but it's not quite the same pattern.
I'm going to make... Well, now I'm making... What would this be, nature or arcana? Does it remind me of the oozes we fought in that dungeon?
Not like quite like that. There's
does it seem like it might be alive?
Make me a nature check.
Yeah. Yo. 11 again.
Live doesn't seem right. It just seems like the water is almost like there's dividers in it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a, just like some kind of normal mushroom off of me. Gonna like toss it in, see what happens.
Okay. You're gonna toss what in?
Just pick a mushroom off myself, toss it in.
Okay, sure. You toss it in.
If it gets violently eaten, we'll know that it's not safe.
Sorry, I'm looking at something.
Oh, that's fine. That's not foreboding at all.
Actually, you know what? You need to make an investigation check.
Oh, we'll make investigation.
I'm sorry, I had to go through my notes.
What did I get? Another fucking 10. I swear to God, if I roll one more 10.
I mean, it's whatever this thing is, it just seems weird.
But it's not magic.
And then as you toss it doesn't appear to be magic. As you toss the mushroom in, it hits the edge of the water. Hits the edge of the water, and you hear a yum as it disappears in the water.
Like an audible nyam. Like that's good sign.
I rolled a stealth check and I rolled a 1.
Well, I'm gonna be like, hello, who are you?
There isn't a response, but as you stare deep into this water, Kobe grabs onto your finger, like on one of your fingers, like this whole hand is one of your fingers, and he's like, "This is some spooky fucking water."
They don't think it's water, Kobe.
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and switch our perspectives as we find ourselves in some much cleaner water, down deep in the underwhelm. Well, could be a lot cleaner considering your location. Anyways, you find yourselves... Shut up. Sorry, babe. You find yourself, Seti, coming to consciousness. the broad shoulder back of Mitnir a welcome sight as you open your eyes, your head on the floor, looking ahead into the slightly ajar sort of bamboo paper divider.
Oh, survived the night. You okay?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, Mitnir.
Me?
Yes.
24.
Okay, you currently are not taking a point of exhaustion.
You okay, Mitnir?
A little tired.
Did anything happen
What?
overnight?
For the most part, no. Most of the food's really good except for that plate on the floor. Don't eat that one.
Wouldn't dream of it. Alright, I don't know how much time I'm going to give it. Send a couple of messages. Is there anything you would like to tell? I don't know if I should reach out. I only have. She was choking. But like, if she's dead or unconscious, then the message just wastes and I can't send another one. So
Maybe message someone to go look for her?
Right. Got 3 try. Ooh, if I want to. Oh. I'm going to start with Clary because he's got a lot of good resources, assuming the school is intact. So maybe he can find her if my message to her fails. Although if it doesn't and I find out where she is, then that would be information. Just also want to be able to check in with Orin and Grim. It sucks, I have to choose between my friends. Okay, we're going to start with Rapsy and a message.
Can't you do one call on your seal?
Last run we tried, it didn't work, but I will definitely do that after that was alright. Sending to Brapsy. Are you okay? Can you answer? Where are you? Do you have it? I'm worried. I can try to send Mitnir to help. Please respond.
You hear back almost immediately. Hi there! The person you are trying to reach is currently under my protection. Me! The Grand Primus. So, your message will be delivered in the form of a paper telegram. And then there's like a clicking noise.
Just sees her face, just like, huh?
Sorry, when I said Grand Primus, I meant to say Headmaster Primus.
Well,
You went all Ferengi on us for a minute there.
I tried to reach Brapsy and it was the Grand Headmaster dead. You know, the weird old guy that is probably full of shit and maybe evil overlord. So that's not good.
Also, Bropsy, you wake up to the sound of
Is it a fax machine?
as something starts printing out of the wall. and it's like a word and then like some time and then another word, and it just seems like each of the words is like very carefully chosen, and then there's like a couple words strung together and then there's a pause and a word.
So a real-time message as I'm counting out my...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You get her message though. It's just you can't respond to this message.
Just sit, stare at it, and hold it to my chest. Make a grumpy face.
Well, now I don't trust anything. Let's try our fucking seals again. And I'll take out my seal and see if it works. Call Clary. The shake.
The mist doesn't react, and then you see like on the open disc, there's like the little spot for the underwhelm, which in this particular, like, it has a layout of like all of Selindor is like on a disc, and wherever this section is outside of the Nexium, you can see there's a blue little crystal, and it blinks for a second, and then stops.
Can you show me a map of the where I am, Coral Reef?
It just blinks.
Working it. Okay. Well, I don't think
Low
any other
battery.
message I send is going to get either. We don't know where anybody. Going to try Orin. One more sending spell. Where are you? Do you know anything about Bropsy and the fracture? Be concise. I'll help if I can. Maybe send Mitnir. Please find her.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah.
Okay. I am at the Summer Soldiers. I'm fine. What else did you ask? Sorry.
I said, be concise. Do you know anything about Bropsy and the fracture? Please find her.
Haven't heard from Bropsy since we parted. Do you have any idea where she is? I can look.
You don't get I can look.
Can't
This is the
respond
first
back
time
without
Oren's ever
burning all
done
of
this.
my spells. Oren. Oh.
But at least we know he's okay.
So Oren's fine. He's at the Summer Soldiers. Assuming that was even Oren, because who fucking knows anymore? You know, the greater beings and entities should not be able to intercept my messages, alright? They're supposed to be private matters between me and my intended target, and if the intended target isn't there, then I shouldn't. It just, you know, I'm tired of people snatching my messages out of thin air and intercepting.
But what's your opinion on mind readers then?
That is an invasion of privacy unless I am doing it.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. He's coming through the doors. The Kotoa just says, "I hope you're all doing well." What is that voice? I hope you're all. What was his voice? What was it?
Oh, but you just used Primus's voice. So.
Oh yes, welcome. I'm here. No, fucking prospector. No, what was his voice? No, he's gonna walk in there. He's gonna be like, "Hey, everybody." No. He's gonna be like,
Makes me bad.
"Hey, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. The Dibble here. Good morning."
Good morning. Sorry, I'm still just kind of waking up.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Is there anything you'd like for breakfast?
Can you get this light turned on? I'm gonna point to the light on my seal.
Oh, you're not approved anything of the, that's not good. I can definitely discuss it, with, you can discuss it, definitely, with the Crimson Dawn. I'm sure that he will be more than happy to oblige, assuming that your negotiations go well.
Right, of course. We connect to the local network.
Right.
If only we'd used the door.
Lady Ushitan should be here very soon to see you all. I hope that you are comfortable. But you have time for breakfast if you like. Otherwise, I will just have her join you forthwith.
Yes, please. I'm a vegetarian, so some kind of vegetable matter for breakfast would be lovely.
Okay,
And,
wonderful.
I will.
How do you feel about seaweed?
Excellent. I've never had it before, but I am happy to give it a go.
Wonderful. I'm going to get you a little seaweed salad.
Sounds lovely. Thank you so much. Well,
So as Tybalt runs out this morning with a strangely different voice, you guys have a few moments, but you hear like some shuffling in the hallways. You hear like patrons like, "That was a wonderful night, my dear. You are quite the excellent conversationalist." And you see like this jaunty Lokatha, just sort of like the shadow of it as it passes the lost. Just, "Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind, master." Oh. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
all right. Real quick, before they come back with breakfast, and while I'm pretending to like get ready so that anybody watching us is like, oh, they're not dallying. They're, she's got to do her hair and her makeup, and it takes a while. I'm just gonna use my last 3rd level slot to try to send a message.
Okay.
Oh, I had clicked away. Oh, okay. Where are you? Oran's at Summer Soldiers. Help find Brapsy. She should have what he wants. She's the most important person. Help at all costs.
Teddy, I'm so glad you're okay. I'm at the academy. I've spoken with Grand Headmaster Primus. Brobsy is safe. She's in the apperception chamber.
Oh, I should have talked to him first. Okay. All right. Well, I'm out of messages.
Order matters.
But it sounds like they're fine. Perhaps she's fine. The school has her. So I can't tell Oren that, but maybe Cleary will reach out to Oren because I told him where Oren is. So we have no idea what's happening with Grim. Now it just remains for the 2 of us to get back there. I think return Crystal.
I mean, not to use the return crystal.
I know, but I think you might be safe because, as far as we know, the bad guy hasn't seen you in the between place yet, and it would get you out of whatever mess this is.
Breakfast's ready! Oh, wonderful. So here's your seaweed salad, and sir, I have brought you something that isn't the one that you said with poison that tried to take your breath away. So here is your rack of lamb of the sea, also known as tuna, and your and he just lists off a bunch of stuff that's basically tuna because you asked for chicken and whatever, so he just gives you a bunch of tuna. Chicken of the sea.
Oh, you said something about poison. Or were you poisoned?
Well, no, that one was not good. It was bad, I think.
Sea urchin, it is not for everyone.
I think even the guy outside couldn't breathe when I ate it. It was kind of weird.
Oh, that's power. Well, actually, now that you mention it, I had a hard time breathing last night, too.
Did you have sea urchin last night?
I did. I'm going to go tell the head chef there's something wrong with that sea urchin. He heads off into the hallway.
She warily starts digging into her salad. Kind of looks through it a bit. Not that you could tell if it's oh yeah, there's some poison right there.
Hi, my name's Poison. Keep me in your mouth.
I mean, if She's technically safe right now. He's alive. I can't make it to wherever Grim is anyway, probably.
Grim's just abandoned.
I'm sure he's fine.
If somebody was gonna get abandoned,
He
it
can,
was gonna
he,
be
can,
great.
he can take care of himself.
So I think I should probably stay for now, because if something happens here, there's no one to get back here to help you.
Well, I know, but we can talk about things. Maybe trick my survive. No, we did find it from Bulla, right? Got out of there. It wasn't pleasant or pretty, but it happened eventually. And don't know. I'm really.
I mean, I am too. I just don't want you to be stuck with whatever his proposition is if you can't do it on your own.
But like I said, perhaps he has it. Or it, wherever it is. I don't really unless access. It came down to a choice between.
Mitnir just fidgets at that. He doesn't really respond.
All right, I've let the chef know about the sea urchin, so we should be well off from this point forward.
Well, the series
also-
started is very good. Very good.
Lady Ushiden will be here momentarily. Is there anything that you all would need from me in the meantime? I've been instructed to give you the utmost care.
Point of information. What? They were talking about the stuff you build with the other day.
Coral mostly.
No, it was.
Oh, you mean the bubbles?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Well, that's probably going to come up a lot in the discussions. I imagine you would know about it, considering how we got you here. But, it's known in large quantities as aquium. But is traded in currency as AE, or aggressence.
I think what Mitnir was asking was if there's any kind of local uses or because we're not from around here specifically.
Oh, well, the way that it appears, naturally occurs, it is in small beads. Those are known as agar essences. Those are used as currency around here. So if you're asking for uses in currency,
Is there a limited supply? They seemed awfully excited.
there is a very limited supply. Again, this conversation is for my favorite. You're literally about to have this conversation with the Crimson Dawn. Although going in with more informed can't make your side any
It
less.
doesn't hurt to confirm things.
Yes, well, I know that is it's been stressing the Dawn quite a bit, is the availability of aquium.
Of course.
Your arrival seems to have gotten everybody excited.
But as it should. I mean, look at us.
You hold
Mitnir,
yourself
like,
in
does
the,
like
the
smile,
highest
like
of esteem.
performance smile.
Very well. Well, Lady Ushiden is, you see, peeks back, on her way. Wonderful. Indeed. And as he steps out, he sort of closes the door for half a second. This is your last chance if you want to port somewhere before the conversation happens.
Nope.
All right. And as the
Not
door
yet.
slides back open, you see this beautiful water person just walks in. You can see there's like shells, and they're almost a solid form, but they sort of resemble like the sort of like opalescent sheen to them as the aquium has, but with a real depth of blue beneath. And there's no, like, nothing swimming within her. There's just her own essence. And as she walks in, she says, "Good evening. My name is Ushiden. We met previously, but there is much for us to discuss today. If you follow me, the dawn is waiting for you."
Right. scarfs down the rest of her salad. Up.
Hey, wait. Follow me. She like sort of takes into the hallway, and you can see she's wearing like a loose kimono that sort of like stripes across her water-covered stuff, but it doesn't look natural on her. It looks like really weird. Like it's not something that she would normally wear for her own choice. She looks very uncomfortable in it. But she begins walking you guys up out of the building, back down the steps, and you see like the hostess at the entrance says, "Bye now." And as you make your way back sort of into this sort of tiered, rising, sort of like weaving staircase, you head up from the 3rd platform up to the final platform on the 7th top hill. As you do, you see nicer and nicer buildings with like built-in jacuzzis, like actual bubbling water outside. And you can see people basically boiling themselves in water, like they're cooking and stuff. All you have to do is add some spices, and you got yourself a freaking crawfish broil. But nevertheless, they seem to be enjoying themselves. Making your way up to the final area, you find that it is virtually a palace, stacking on multiple pillars. Each section of the like sort of gazebo-shaped building, sort of like octagonal, has this massive door that is, or massive archway even, that's just so intricately carved and designed and just beaded out of like raw coral. And it is just gorgeous to behold. The whole building just looks some weird mix between like old Chinese culture, not that any of you would know it, but and like a sort of natural underwater creation. And as you head inside, through the archway, you find an entire dip down into pillows. So it's like there's sort of these interior pillars. As you step in, you can see there's sort of glass going on all the sides. And then as you step down into the area, you see that there's a pit that's just full of pillows. And you can see Garblot sitting there with his little smoky tube. And like surrounding him on the outside is just a buffet that just circles the entire thing on the back end. So he doesn't even have to get up out of his little pit of pillows. He can just like reach over and grab whatever he wants. He said, "Welcome, my most honored guest."
Good morning.
Good morning to you too. I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Good, thank you. The hospitality is top notch.
It is important that you are able to enjoy yourselves. I'm sorry. You all happen to be able to breathe underwater.
Yes.
This conversation will go much more swimmingly if you were submerged.
Well, obviously we are of our element, but
And as he starts to bubble, it's just the door behind you like sort of slides shut, and then suddenly there's like a twist at the top, and you can see that there is a little bubble of aquium that just goes and just taps something on the bar behind him, and it slides open, and seawater just dumps into the room.
Sarita holding her hat on.
Yeah, so he's just sitting there, and it's just like right on top of him, just
Puts
there goes that
anchors my
buffet.
feet. Yeah,
Yeah,
anchors
there
my
goes
feet.
all the
Just, like,
food.
puts
Yeah,
a hand
well,
to the back of SETI.
the
so
food
she
is
doesn't
like
get
all
pushed
like
around.
mostly like seafood and stuff, and you see that as it happens and hits, there is a almost, you could not even see it, aquium shelf that is just sort of covering it like a display case. And as it hits and spreads across the area, nothing seems to move in the room. Like the pillows are all fine and everything. And then as the water fills up and you guys start to gain your vision back, you're just sort of like swept up and kind of floating like a few feet off the ground. You see he's sitting there, and he reaches back in and grabs another piece of like seafood and pulls it in. Well then, that's much better. Let's have a good conversation, shall we?
Yes, let's.
I apologize for my poor diction. I speak very poorly without the thicker of the atmospheres to speak in. My voice is very robust and booming, but your flimsy air makes it very difficult to pronounce things carefully.
That's only fair. Thanks to. We do not generally sound very good underwater ourselves. I think we can.
Are you using magic to talk right now?
No, but I have that air bubble with my
Oh,
hand.
the air bubble. It's a bit of magic?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds so much better.
It's not too bad.
I'm just a little muffled, just kind of like mumbling.
No, I understand you quite well.
Wonderful.
Well then, let's get down to business, shall we?
Absolutely.
And in this moment, Oren. That's right. I got you guys up the stairs. That's what you got to do during your bit. Oren, you get a message from Seti, and it wakes you up, and you find yourself sitting surrounded by snoring individuals in your guys' room at the Summer Soldier's Respite. Before you can even find your clothes to get yourself... I'm sure you're still wearing your clothes, actually, probably just to wear your clothes. But as you sort of try to make yourself comfortable, you feel something poking in your back, and you just like get up, have this conversation, and you can feel that fracture is still like was trying to like hover against your back the whole night out of your bag that you put it in. It's just kind of like
Nice.
it's sort of like And as you find yourself just like noting this, you get an immediate like ring on your
Seal.
My brain's just fried. You accept it, I assume.
Yeah, I'll just pick it up. Hello. Hello.
Ah, Oren, it's me, Cleary.
Oh, hi. I've actually never used this before.
Oh yes. The mist is it's a good way. You can see everybody as well, and you see it's moving. Like watch as he moves back and forth. It sort of follows him, but you see the mist sort of forming and deforming and reforming. Like the particles sort of light up. It's like a 3-dimensional projection. And he's like, so, have you spoken to Seti yet?
Briefly.
Well, apparently...
She spoke to me, anyway.
She was worried about Bropsy. She mentioned that to you. Bropsy is safe. She is here at the academy. She's in the apperception chamber. She was seeking asylum from Northert.
Right.
Apparently something really bad happened. I haven't heard everything, but the Grand Headmaster Primus himself is looking after her.
Well, I will probably make my way there then.
Very well. I'll let them know that you're arriving. Unless you want to go through your proper school, I would warn you, though, there is a chance that the towers have collapsed. I have not checked, but a few towers did collapse during the night. So I'm not sure which ones those were. I assume the Highborn Academy is fine, but I have not had a lot of time to focus on that yet.
Well, I will try the teleportation circle and see what happens.
I'll call you back.
All right, I'll wait.
Is there anything you would like to do at this time? Or you just want to get prepped and head over?
Yeah, I probably just gather my stuff and go.
Okay, don't even say goodbye to anybody else in the room. Just dip.
Just dip.
Okay.
Head to the teleportation circle and wait there.
As you make your way to the
Cleary.
teleportation circle, you see that there's that individual again, just sort of wearing this sort of now burnt and like charred, almost brown, like sort of leather armor, kind of very loose fit outfit underneath. And you see they have like sort of shaggy, sort of blonde hair. Like, it's very good to see that you are well. Is there some business I can do for you, Master Orin?
I'm just waiting on a call, and I'll let you know.
Right. Well, I'd like to personally thank you. According to Sunflower, if it weren't for you, she would be dead.
Yeah, it's no problem.
So, on behalf
Gotta
of the
look
Summer
after each
Soldiers
other,
and, of course, but on behalf of the Summer Soldiers and Guildmaster Poppy, we humbly thank you for your service to the Summer Soldiers, and you will be once we've recouped our losses, paid accordingly for your service.
Well, that's not necessary, but it's appreciated.
Indeed. There's a moment, and then you hear an immediate call from Cleary, like, yes, the tower's still there. God, I was worried about you. I thought you were going to die. I checked as quickly as possible.
Ah, perfect. Then I will be there momentarily.
Good luck. And, so, which teleportation circle will be using today?
Do each school have their own? I don't really
Yes,
recall.
there was one that goes directly to. That's why he was saying if you want to use your
Okay,
your
then yeah,
schools.
I'll go
Yeah.
to the Highborn Academy then.
Yes. So, as that happens, he guides you to the room, and you make your travel to the to the Highborn Academy. With that moment, we are going to take our actual break because I'm sure some people would like to take one now. So we'll take an actual break real quick, and when we come back, we will start up again with Grim. I think give him a chance to figure out what's going on here. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. You're the best. And we're back, guys. And we're starting off with Grim, like we claimed. Like I claimed. I claimed! So, Grim, what would you like to do? You've got your kids up here. Also, I want to remind you, because you might have forgotten from last week, that when you walked into that room at the bottom, like all this area, there were a bunch of crates all over the place, and there was a bunch of notebooks on a desk with a chest and like all kinds of stuff in the place you slept last night.
Okay,
But
can we
I
just
wanted to
like
remind you.
retcon that for later or something? Or do you want me to go all the way back?
I mean, you don't have to do it in character. You can just say like, "Yeah, we'll come back to this pool if you want," and you can go do it now if you want. But once you leave this place, it's gone. So
Do you want me to just here? Do you want me to just make an investigation check for whatever was in there?
Yeah, sure.
Because I mean, he would have explored it. But there, it's a 14.
A 14. Okay, so you find in the large chest, it is locked. And then there's a journal that is written in Undercommon.
Okay, which I could read, I guess. Yeah.
And then you find a wristband with some sort of orb-like device on it. And a key.
Key. Okay,
Yep.
I'll take all that.
And the key
and then I'll
is
roll.
made out of bright jade and some sort of vibrant metallic material.
Nice. Can I make it like an
out of place.
Arcana check on this bracelet thing?
Sure.
To like see if I can. 13.
Yeah, you can't make heads or tail of this thing. Like it's weird. You're not sure what the purpose of it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep that stuff and then we'll, pocket that all, and then we're here where we are.
Also, were you done investigating the pool on the right-hand side, or were you using the kids for anything? Or
Which pool?
Done?
The lower right pool or the upper right?
Yeah, all
pool?
the stuff, like all the stuff over here or the stuff over here.
I mean, I could look at it just in case, but
I just wanted to make sure that you were done. Like, if you're done, great. If you're not,
I didn't see anything else, but I tried, right?
Well, I said you couldn't reach the top the way you were climbing right now. So, like, if you wanted to like boost Gabe up and have him look, or Kobe or whatever, you could do.
Sure. Let's go do that.
I just wanted to give you options before you.
I know. Clearly, this is important to you, so we're gonna go back.
Oh my god.
Also, did you say the chest was locked?
The chest was locked, but that was what was inside of it. I assume he just breaks it open.
I would just smash it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh, the key was inside the chest?
The key's inside the chest.
The key's a different one.
Yeah,
this is a chest that might have even had a hole in it. Like
the key's for the stone door at the end of the thing. Sorry, there's spoilers. No. At least that's what I'm hoping it's for. Did I stun Gagnor?
No, I'm just waiting to see if you want to do anything. Otherwise, we're gonna move on.
We'll go with Kobe and we'll lift him up and we'll see if we can find anything else on that thing, on the right side.
Go ahead and roll a d20. And
I was kind of hoping you could throw that and be like, yeah, there's still nothing there.
Probably still nothing there. Yeah, a 13 plus whatever relevant modifiers.
That would be 0. So no, he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing up here, but
You don't see anything up there? Okay, great.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Is there anything up there?
It's flat.
Okay. You see any? There's no like passageways or anything up there, right?
There's no passageways, no.
Okay. Job, Kobe. All right. Well, I guess then we're not. That's all she wrote.
You keep
checks.
cutting in and out, so.
Oh, we're just gonna say that checks, and that's all we're gonna worry about.
Okay.
Kobe doesn't see anything. We're good. Okay, back to the ooze.
Back to the woos.
Once it seems like it's alive, that's gonna because it goes. Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so you're looking at this black pool, and you tossed a mushroom in there, and the mushroom disappeared and went. Meow.
All right, cool. So because it's a very scary black goopy goop that apparently makes nom nom sounds, I'm going to take the kids and like kind of bring them back the other way.
Mhm.
Like, you guys stay back here, okay? And if things go bad, you go. Just leave.
Okay.
Grim will fight it by himself.
I can help too. I'm very strong.
Go maybe later. I don't want you to get eaten if this eats
Okay, well, we'll
people.
just be down this 15-foot drop over here. Good
No,
luck
I
up
mean
there.
they could stand back if they want. Actually,
So,
well,
like, where they are right here, they're 15 feet down a climb. So if you put them up here, they're kind of, like, not safe if there's something that's
yeah.
gonna
So they're
fight.
they're down then. Yeah, whatever's
Yeah, so
started. They're pretty
Your
close.
choice is out of the fight or in the fight.
Yeah,
That's
I want
your
them
choice.
out. I want them out of the fight because
Okay.
if Kobe gets hit at all by this thing, he's gonna die. Wish it was the case the other time, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I don't know what this is, but it seems to be hungry because it ate my mushroom. I'm going to cast Goodberry, and I'm going to feed it a Goodberry.
Okay.
Like, here you go, don't eat me.
I mean, you toss the good berries in, and this time you watch as they hit the water and they slowly sink.
Okay.
And then they sort of disappear into the dark murkiness, like some 6 inches down. You just can't see it anymore.
I'll make sure my little light is on, I guess, too. Can I see anything on this? Is it just a sword?
The
Like-
sword that's sticking into the pillar is a black blade that is connected to what looks like everything on it is just pitch black. Like, in the darkness with your lights, you can just see that there's a black sword that's sort of glinting barely on the edge that's sharpened. There also, you can make out that it's magical, and you can see that there are some carved runes on the blade.
Okay, well, we're gonna step back 10 feet and then do our little, jump onto the little platform. Oops.
Okay, so you're gonna do a jump onto the platform?
Yes.
All right. As you jump onto the platform and you land, you hear maybe an athletics check, actually. Maybe an athletics check.
Okay, come on, Grim, be athletic for once. 20.
With a 20, you land and just right on the other side and stop just short of the blade that's sitting in the thing. There's not a lot of room on this platform, but you just make it just on and don't fall into the blade or touch it or anything. You land there. But a bit of the dust sort of and falls into the water that then just sort of ripples oddly.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You're standing there in the middle.
All right, I'll look at this sword a little bit closer, see if there's any pressure plates or anything, or if it's just a
all right, make an
sword sitting
investigation
there.
check.
Yeah. 12. Look at that.
With a 12, you don't see any traps or anything on it. It just appears to be a sword that is stuck straight up and down into the stone. There are no markings on the stone. There's no arcane lettering. It is just in the stone, standing
What
straight up and
type
down.
of sword is it?
You would assume that in its current state, it would probably be a long sword.
Okay.
You would say, but you don't know if maybe pulling, if it's longer, because it's a very broad blade. If it were longer, it might be something more of a bastard sword or a great sword.
Okay.
You just don't know, but at its current length, if it's only an inch in, it's probably a long sword.
Okay, so basically, it's kind of a present for
It's got
the
a
dragon.
very thick blade that's about maybe 8 inches thick. It's
I just wanted to make
Buster
sure it
Sword
wasn't
level
a
blade.
scimitar.
A scimitar? It doesn't look like one.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, so, and is this a passageway on this bottom right section?
Yeah, oh yeah, it sure is.
Okay. All right. Well, my options are. See, that's a far jump, isn't it? How far is that jump? I mean, I could make that jump
15-foot jump.
if I. Well, I don't think I could do 10 feet running start on this, can I?
No, you really can't.
No, it's not even 10 feet across. Okay. So basically, I have to kill this thing to get across. It's what it seems like. So that's fun. Okay. Then, well, I guess we'll do all of our preparations for fighting it before I fight it.
Are you starting to weave magic or something?
I mean, oh, you know, no. Can I hop that way? How far is that to get back to the thing? That's a little far. I don't think I could standing jump that. So we're in it now. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, first I'm gonna drink a haste potion.
Okay, the second you start chugging potions, there's a
Yep.
and you watch as black, almost like tendrils just whip out from all directions all around, and I need you to
Perfect.
roll initiative.
Perfect. Oh, I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's okay. It rolled a 7,
Still better than
Plus-
me.
plus whatever its bonus is. So as this thing, oh fuck,
Wait, what's its bonus? What did it end up at?
nothing. I'm just looking at it. Forgot how. Skip.
I'm hoping that it has like a 1 dexterity, and then I get to go first.
It has a +1 to its dexterity. It rolled a
Damn.
total of a 7 or 8.
That's no good.
So I'm gonna call it the gloop,
The gloop.
and under that is
More gloop?
Grim. Just
Oh, I thought you were saying under the gloop was more.
as
I
it,
thought
as
you
it
meant
does this,
physically under it.
as you do this, you see as one of the tendrils begins to whip at you. Oh, this is gonna be fun. That is
Sorry.
a 20 to hit.
That misses.
Oh shit. And then as another one tendril whips out at you, that is a 27 to hit.
Now that definitely hits.
All right, and then that is 2d6 plus 5. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And as it lashes out at you, it wraps into your body and begins to stick onto you like goo, like tar, wrapped onto your body. And then as it, from the other side, and you see this big jaw just comes out of the ground and comes to bite you.
Oh, good.
That's
That's fun.
You are technically grappled.
Oh, it just grapples.
Yeah, so you can you basically you have to make an escape roll, but I'm gonna make it not like a full action to do so. But anyways,
Oh,
so
it's not just like
a
a check at the beginning of your whatever it is.
that is
so
a
like
19 to hit.
Okay, then that would not hit.
Okay.
So I'm grappled.
Yeah,
And-
doesn't hit you. So as it bites out, it like goes across, but you're just able to barely just with your extra speed you got from your haste potion, just sort of vibrate, sort of almost out of the way as it, and it's sort of like a almost like a humpback whale just comes out of just like blackness, with sort of teeth gnashing and just goes straight past your face, and you can feel it pass through and just sort of chomp onto the other side.
Great. Oh, have it roll a DC 16 con save.
It failed.
Okay, great. Something that I can hit with my freaking spore. So if it's if it works, 1 necrotic damage.
Okay.
So that's that.
It doesn't seem to do much, but you
Maybe
see
it's
that it
1
kind of
damage.
winces.
It's not going to do anything.
Okay. So with that, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Am I still grappled?
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'll try to break free. What did we say that was? Is it a check of some kind?
Yeah, go ahead. You could do it as with your haste. I'm going to say that you could do it. Well, no, technically it's just an escape action. So yeah, you have to escape it if you want to escape it.
I mean, what is it? Like, what kind of?
You can do whatever you want to try to do. Like you can use strength. You can try to cut it away. You can like the mind is.
I mean, I
the
think
realm
normally
of-
grapple's like a strength check, right?
If you just want to break it that way, yes. But that's not the way I play. Like you can use strength check if it specifically says it has to be a strength check, but this does not. It's an escape.
I mean,
check.
I think of all of the ways that I could escape, this is probably my strength is
Okay,
probably
so you're
my
just
best
gonna just like
option.
sort of burst out of it. Okay, sure. Make me a strength check or.
I mean,
athletic check, your
that's
choice.
my best. Yeah, I mean, strength and athletics are kind of my. Everything's the highest thing I think that would be applicable is a +3 anyway. So,
Okay.
That's a 21.
Well, you're out. As
Okay,
you easily break your way out, what would you like to do now?
and that was one action.
That was one of your actions, yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. We're doing two things. First, it was just bludgeoning that it did, right? You said 10 points.
It did 10 points of bludgeoning damage, yeah.
Okay. We're going to cast Guardian of Nature,
Oh.
and we're going to use Great Tree. Yes. And then we are going to also activate Symbiotic Entity.
Is that a free action to do so? Or is that
It's an
bonus
action, but I mean, the spell's a bonus action. This is my second action.
Okay, gotcha.
So I believe that would be my turn.
That is your turn unless you would like to move.
I mean, I could move, but it's gonna. I mean, what am I gonna? Where am I gonna do? Like, everything's within its whatever, right?
You could jump to here if you want.
I guess that still would be within threat range, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna move there.
Just make me an athletic check for the jump. Just to make sure.
Oh, great. Yeah. Now I'm gonna die.
Slimy rocks.
Now I'm gonna. It's a 20. Okay, well, good.
Yeah, you land on the opposite side. And as you turn around, you see just mouths and tentacles just start rising out of this brackish water. The water itself becoming these sort of...
That's fun.
And
Ugh.
with that, let's see how everybody's doing in the underworld. So, as you guys find yourselves in this conversation with Garblat, the Crimson Dawn, and his friend, maybe Ushidan, they get down to business. So, my friends, you visited the Cauldron of Aegir during low tide. And rather than being sucked inside of the cauldron, never to be seen again, it became high tide at your approach. This was witnessed by my men and by those that serve the Seasworn. Why are you? Why? Why?
Well, it's a bit strange to explain. And it's a bit hard, you see, because I'm not sure either of us really understand ourselves completely. But the Great Agar, I suppose to put it plainly, is a friend of a friend. And so we have a little bit of privilege.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Is that technically deception?
I mean,
Deception.
it's
a
not
friend of a friend.
deception because it's a friend of a friend.
All right.
I need
Friend
to
of
double
Zephyrus.
check my features, but I believe that is a 19. Yes.
Within 19, he's like, sure you are. I'll assume that's some sort of code for some sort of other privileges. Right. We'll discuss that at a future time, and it isn't really my interest.
What you want is access to the
Well, in simplified terms, sure. I would love to have access to all the Aquium I could get. But this is a lot more complicated than that, otherwise I would have just done it myself. I wait for high tide and take it. But that's not the way things are going. That's not the way things work here. But you could change that. In theory.
maybe.
So, the first thing you need to understand is what Aquium is and how it works. I assume since you have some, according to Tybalt?
We understand it is an energy source and a currency locally.
And it's
Aquium is not only a currency that is used and controlled by the Sea Swan. Aquium is our means of everything here. We did not even know of its existence until we arrived in Selindor. But since this place opened thousands of years ago, it became a commodity that doesn't exist anywhere else. And we can use it to make the Underwhelm, or the plane of water in general, habitable to other denizens. Do you understand what that means? Commerce is what it means.
Without it, a lot of
Well, assuming it all just went away, sure. But my point is that each single AE is worth 1 platinum piece. At that cost, do you know how expensive this bubble that carries all of my wonders within it, my little piece of coral weave, do you know how much this thing costs?
an unfathomable.
Paid for if it were in whole? Millions, if not billions of gold pieces. That is the value of this here. That shouldn't be the case. Yes, I am an investor in Aquium, obviously, but I don't want it to be so scarce. I think all people should have it. I think instead of us constantly having these rules about how it can be harvested, how it must choose who it goes to, as these religious fanatics say, it is a commodity, and it should be used to better our city. Don't you agree?
I do. My only concern would perhaps if there is a limited supply, increasing the supply and therefore devaluing the currency might be dooming future generations of any at all.
That might be possible, I suppose. But let's be real here. We'll be dead long before that ever happens.
Quite right.
The important thing is that it would give us chance to expand now. Do you know how much gold comes through the casinos? Through the entertainment districts of the Blue Sapphire Dawn? The Hidden Gem? Have you heard of that place? Do you know how much money goes through there? How many planes and archfey, planewalkers of all kinds visit this place? It's legendary. The amount of gold and riches that exchanged in the auction houses. And without Aquium, none of that would exist. Its value should be what it provides us. We shouldn't be charging each other for it.
Quite so.
But you all, not only did you increase the supply, but you had access to lands that would have swallowed anyone else. With the exception of the virtues of the Sea Swan.
It is complicated, as are not always reliable. like the tide itself.
Indeed.
And waning. And so we cannot make any promises about our ability to obtain this at low tide when you go to corner the market, or without.
I think you misunderstand me. I do not have any plans to turn you into some sort of harvesting servants, to break the rules. I want to change the society as a whole. I want you to investigate the cauldron. I want you to figure out where Arquium even comes from, what Aegir Essence is. I want you to, as someone who can travel there safely, I want you to turn this whole thing on its head, prove that it is a resource and not some religious nonsense. And more than that, I want to fucking dethrone the Sea Swan. Do you understand how... am I being clear enough on how it is gathered now?
Yes, I think we understand each other quite well now. So essentially, you want us to do what we were already trying to do there when we were caught by the Sea Swan. To find out
in a sense.
exactly.
But I want to publicly announce you. Here's my request. Wanderers, I suppose you are. My request is very simple. I would like to hail you as messiahs. I would like to use the religion against them. You who can walk into this place unharmed, and I want to demand an expedition. Or a holy pilgrimage, if it will. During that time, I would like you to find out a way for maybe Arquium to be easier acquired, sure. But I want you to find a way to open the floodgates. I want high tide all the time. And I want to turn this whole thing on its head. And I want those that say we cannot harvest it to be shut down.
What happens if we find it is divine in nature?
There's no define. I've met so many gods. They're just people. They're just like you or you, and they have more power. It's nothing. There's no religious significance. None of them care about you.
That said, what do we get out of this?
Oh, gold for starters. I'd be more than willing to pay you a sum no less than 1,000 platinum pieces. Assuming that you could open the floodgates. But for your services on this particular occasion, how about I offer you something you adventurers always want? How about I offer you a fracture? And you see as he gestures from beneath the pillows, there just rises a spinning like ball of what looks like aqua. Said to be a fracture belonging to the spirit of Aegir himself.
That to be. Well, that would certainly.
It is the purest fracture ever seen. Perhaps it belongs to a kraken. One of its iterations throughout the whatever any of this is.
It is an interesting proposal. I would want to friend who I trust, a discerning eye, affirm the nature of that favor.
Yes, fine. And if you're not happy with that, of course we can exchange it for gold. It's fine. The important thing for me is that this job is taken very quickly. Otherwise I'll have those damn goody two-shoes banging on my door, asking if I took you. Before they get to that, I want to beat them to the punch. Announce your arrival, announce your intention. Get the people behind you, force their hand, and get this expedition on the way. Granted, you'll have plenty of time to gather resources. Get your friend to check out our fracture. The decision, like it as soon as possible. You already made me wait overnight. I will not wait again. You can see, like, the red sort of spreading into his face a little bit from his fins as they sort of shake underwater.
Well, if you can promise us this free reign to gather our supplies and prepare, then I think...
Within reason. You need friends here. Obviously, they can come. I will not be allowing you to leave the Underwhelm. Should you do so, we can consider it a breach of contract.
Would you hook us up to the local networks? Or...
Oh, yes, sorry. The Wi-Fi password is Crimson Dawn the best. 1, 2.
All caps.
All caps. No. He just simply says, of course, I will have my minister see to it. Now, Tybalt!
Apparently I'm a minister now. Ooh, good for me. So, yes, I can get those activated for you now that the Dawn is approved. Is there any questions that you all have for the Dawn?
I think I can ask that myself, Tybalt. Damn it! Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think it is all pretty cut and dry at this point. So, pardon the phrase.
Very good. Very good. Well, take what time you need. Give me 1 hour, and I know you will be communicating with your devices. If you need more communicate, let me know, and I will tell my people. Get what you need organized. But in 1 hour, I will be announcing that I here have Hager's chosen. Those chosen by the cauldron. Ooh, names. What are your names again?
Letty.
Seti admit, yeah. Doesn't ring well for chosen.
We are also
The
known as the
chosen.
Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man. It's better than our other option for now. Let me know if you come up with something better, but I like it.
We do have one other name.
Out with it!
I just look at Seti.
New Death.
Nude? F?
New Death.
New Death. Ooh, that's edgy. Very well. I'll write that down. Write that down, Ushidin.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And as he says, oh, well, I guess we can drain the place. And then it begins to... And he's just like... And as it comes out, he's just like... Yeah. Reverend. Feel them all.
Very well.
Did he just throw up in his mouth?
Switch to air. It's want to see how nasty I can make it. If you'll follow me, and Ushiden leads you back to your same room.
Once we're out of like earshot, maybe we can get him a hat like yours, but reversed.
It's a fishbowl on his head with water in it.
A breathing water hat.
That's
It's a reverse. It's a reverse diving suit. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, Midner. Maybe a good holiday gift. You know those are coming up. So we're back to our room. Are we alone?
Yeah. Ish.
All right. Well,
You damn ghosts! You're down from the function garden.
don't know why he keeps trying. Maybe that's the fun of it. Anyway, let's get one call on our thing, although he said he could hook us up with more, but I don't want to ask too or tip too many.
Well, you both have one.
Right, so
Right.
we both get a call each. So obviously we should check in with Grim because we need to know if he's okay. So I will use my call to call Grim.
Okay, call Grim.
I'm calling Grim.
Grim, you're in the middle of that. You just jumped across to the shore. And the second that you get there, you hear a call on your seal.
Now it works. Didn't work before. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you can't dial out without, but you can receive.
It's not my turn, right? So I can't even answer, can I?
No, you can answer, but you're fighting. So I'm going to do this in tandem. You answer the phone. It is your turn.
Like, oh, okay. Wait, my turn, but the thing didn't get its second turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to attack at you.
Why did I even say that?
Miss.
Why?
Oh,
You're
that's
trying
an
to kill
18
yourself.
with the second
It's a what?
That 18 plus plus. That's a natural.
That is, yeah.
That's 12 points bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then that is a natural 19 to hit for the bite.
Uh-huh.
That's not good.
Oh, fun.
That's gonna be 2 of these boys for that part. That's 17 points of piercing damage,
Mm.
plus 4 points of acid.
Well, you seem kind of busy right now.
And as it bites into him, and that's what it does though, it just bites into you, just
Mm.
and then as it goes, you hear in your pocket, and it just sort of like as you're struggling, like you just hear it clicks, and like you see a projection of SETI just pop out of your hip while you're fighting, and you see Grim, and he's just like his face is just like covered in blood, and he's just like, yeah.
Why?
Oh shit, Grim, are you okay? Where are you?
Oh. Whatever this monster is, and I have kids.
Did he just say he has kids?
You have kids? What?
Yeah,
Where are you?
I have kids. I'm under the ground.
Underground. Okay. You don't know underground where?
Hold on, I have to hit this guy.
It's your turn. I love it.
I'll try and break. Well, actually, no. Instead of breaking free, I'm gonna cast freedom of movement.
Nice.
How long
So
were
that-
we flying in the air for him?
You
to
are
have
free
kids?
then.
Okay. Whew,
Maybe
okay.
he got
Here we
lost
go.
in time again.
Oh shoot!
It's
Have
been
him
like
make a
18
DC
years.
16 cons check too. I forgot to have him do that.
That is also a failure.
Okay, so that'll be 2d6 this time because I'm in symbiotic.
Nice.
or-
You should be aware though, he still has a +6 con check. He's just rolling low.
No, I know. I'm getting
Yeah.
lucky. So 6 and 6 and 4. So 10 necrotic from the.
That's not bad.
Okay, so I free them of
Sorry, the
movement.
person who is trying to dial is in middle of combat. Please
Free them
call
of
again later.
movement, and then I'll shillelagh. And then I guess I'll whack it with the
So
stick.
you guys are watching just like teeth come in and out of the mist, just and you're doing what now? You're
I'm whacking it with my shillelagh.
oh, okay.
Which I gotta do at advantage because of
Were
the
those
other
Grimm's
one.
teeth?
And then we'll roll advantage. And it's, 22 or 20. Yeah, 22.
It
Are
hits.
those
Yeah.
teeth the kids?
So they're not their kids. Okay. So,
As you guys are having this conversation, Orange just whoop. Hey guys.
so it's a 10 plus.
Conference call.
So 10 magical bludgeoning plus an additional 1 necrotic. And I think that's all of my. Actions. Yeah. It's like, okay, no, I'm fighting a ooze. Kobe, say hi.
Oh, so you toss it down to the kids?
And I'm just like, kind of like, just like, hey, say hi, you know.
Yeah, he goes, hi. You hear from, hi.
Oh my god, there are kids.
Hi.
The twinkling of Chrissy.
Grim, I'd like to help you, but I can't if I don't know where you are.
There's crystals, and I'm under. There's rocks. Hold on, I think it's coming back again.
Okay. Tell him where he needs to get to us.
We're in the coral weave,
18 to hit.
and
18 does not hit.
Orin and
Natural
Cleary
19.
and Propsy
Oh,
are
that
at the
definitely hits.
school. So go to the school and tell
11
them.
points.
I'm
Bludgeoning.
gonna go to the school. Yeah, don't worry. I definitely have to go to the school.
Another
Okay,
18.
And another natural 18 or
Right.
real?
No, bite moves past. Just total 18.
Oh,
Bite moves
okay.
past. Goes, and you watch Grim go, no! And smack it with a hammer. It's with the
Bad ooze. I don't know. I mean, I know what it is, but Grim doesn't know what it is. But I'm also not gonna cheat. I have figured it out finally.
Mhm.
Let's see. What am I doing? So now it's my turn, and I'm not grappled for once because I have freedom of movement. What am I doing? What abilities do I have?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I think my other thing ran out. Oh, yeah, I should have been rolling concentration. It definitely ran out. Oh yeah, have it roll the thing again. Well, for the Constitution one more time.
Constitution, one more time. Okay.
And for its turn, yeah, sorry.
Natural 20!
It succeeds. Okay, well, didn't happen that time. Okay, so it's my turn, and how many things do I get to do? I already have my shillelagh up.
You can see this thing is like spinning and bulging, and you can see like part of it's like massing together and like bulging out into this like sort of like. It kind of looks like a weird undulating black boob.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, I have my
Like teeth going.
I don't want to use like.
Lots of buildup behind the teeth.
It's so boring if I use the same ability every time. So I think I'm just gonna. Let's see what I have. Oh, well, I didn't do that. So. I guess I'll just whack it twice with my shillelagh.
Okay.
Let's go. 20.
20, okay. That hits.
And then 9 plus 9 plus 1, so 10. And then we'll swing again. They're all 11.
11?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
No. Well, there you go. And then I don't think I have any bonus actions.
So as he's still talking to you guys can keep talking to him, by the way, because he's doing this.
Like, yeah,
and
no.
he smacks, he goes, "Fta, fta," and it's like going the as you hit it, the one of the tentacles whips up and like grabs the stick and is like wrestling the stick against you.
Like I already killed like a giant dwarf and a giant dog. Now I'm fighting this thing, but
Okay, well, I won't distract you anymore. We'll call you tomorrow and check in. Good luck fighting that.
okay, I see you at the school.
Bye.
And I'm gonna also bonus action healing word just for another 6 back. It's a level 1 healing word.
Okay.
Glad he's having fun.
So this
I
thing
probably
starts
should have
building
stayed
up.
on the
and
call
goes-
just to make sure he survived.
And as it does, you see about 10 more mouths open
Oh, no.
and just start spitting at you. So I need you to make me
Fun.
a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, jeez. Well, my dexterity is not very good. An 18.
Okay, so you succeed as a spray of acid just sprays out of all these mouths in a cone out towards you, and it just empties itself out. Goes.
And is that a
At the
half?
end, you can see like it's sort of like
No, do I half or am I
you're
dodging?
taking half damage.
All right, I'm gonna as a reaction cast absorb elements.
It's acid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna absorb elements acid just to reduce the damage by another
Okay.
half.
Ooh, that's 8. You're getting really lucky, actually. Wow. Okay, so that's only 20 points of acid damage, reduced to 10, reduced to 5. points of
Ooh,
acid
okay.
damage as the
I mean-
spray collides against you, and the acid starts spritzing through the hole, and you hear coming from below.
Hopefully, where they're standing, it like
It's a 30-foot acid spray cone.
no, but I mean, is like 'cause they're like 15 feet. There's like a wall there, you know. Like so hopefully they're not.
So they're gonna have to they're gonna might be taking damage down there.
Don't kill Colby.
Kobe rolled a natural 20.
Good job, Colby. Okay,
Chrissy
everything's
rolled
fine.
enough to get out of the way, and on the natural 18. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
but they are
These
going to
kids.
take Chrissy's going to take some damage
Mm.
for half, and the other one's going to take half. So
Does a
Colby's
rock
like-
take acid damage?
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
I thought that was the
corrosive
only way for them to get clean.
yeah, three. They each take 3 points of damage. So Kobe's burnt, but not dead.
Good thing he leveled up.
Okay. So, it's your turn. I assume.
Ugh. Okay, well now that I've heard the kids screaming, I gotta use my big spell now because it's so lame to use it so often. But I cast a level 3 moonbeam because it's the only thing I cast.
Well, it's not like this thing's going anywhere, so.
Right, like so, yeah. So, but it feels weird casting it every single time. Okay, so a DC 16 con save for half. I think you took such a disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
You can check, but I'm pretty sure.
Why would it be disadvantage?
Just saying.
Are you, I mean, does.
If he is what I think he is,
No. There's no
mean,
disadvantage for a constitution saving throw.
is it not a disadvantage?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, well, I make it to
21.
save there. 21. Okay, so then he takes half of the moonbeam,
Half of the moonbeam.
which is half of 17.
Okay. Hardy chunk. It's 8 points of damage.
And then on his turn, have I done anything else? That's all I've done so far, right? It's just the moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
Okay. And I can't see the kids from here, right? To heal anybody.
No.
Okay. Cool. Well, what do I have? I guess all I can do, I can't cast 2 spells, so I guess I'll have to Shillelagh again. Well, swing at him. And that's a 19.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. And that's 13 damage.
As you smack this thing and it starts, it has to make another con save, right?
Yeah.
That's a failure.
Okay. That's good. How much damage is that? 21 radiant
21 radiant damage. As you do this, you hear it go.
Stop! I give up.
Okay, but do you?
Make an insight check.
22.
I mean, for a blob with 7 mouths, it seems like it's telling the truth.
Then I'll. Okay, so for this moment, I'll move the moonbeam to the. He's not covering the sword right now, is he?
He's like up in front of it, kind of. Yeah.
I mean, like I'm just trying to. He won't. Was the moonbeam gonna hit him if I put it on the? I guess I could put it in that back corner.
Yeah, I move it to the back corner.
I mean, let's just like away from him. Like, okay, no.
And it's sort of, you see like the whole thing sort of like moves and like kind of huddles itself to the sides, like trying to avoid it.
It's like, okay. How do I know you're not going to try and get me?
Where is Margod? Where's Margod?
as the voices kind of come in unison. It starts like growling, like each mouth is like sort of making a different kind of sound to form the overall sound together. It's really weird.
Is that the Dweger with the big dog?
Grey dwarf.
Yeah, he's dead. We killed him.
No. But
What did he say? No, what?
said no, damn it.
I mean, well, sorry, he tried to kill me.
He feeds me. Yeah.
You didn't like my berry? I gave you a berry.
I hate the berry.
I mean, you can go eat his corpse if you want.
We're going for the sword. I'm supposed to defend it.
I mean, I could take or leave the sword. I just kind of wanted to see if, you were going to try to kill me if I go in for the sword. Which you did, so that's right.
You can take it. What? Shut up. Yes, take it. No. Feed us.
Why don't we do this? Okay, because Grim, I could just kill you. We don't. But also, why don't you go somewhere that's not here? And then you can go find food somewhere else.
Make a persuasion check.
Or else I'll kill you. Either way, I think it's a 0. Oh, it's a natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
He goes, this game is good. Now we leave. Listen, he will kill us. No, fine.
I'll do it. He's right. I'll kill you if you don't.
As it begins to like move across, it's like,
you leave first. We will leave later.
No, you have to go. You go first.
I like it here. Damn it. Go now. I'm fine. We will go.
he watches it just like all this black like ichor just like starts peeling over itself and just like unnaturally fast just like zips up the hole away from you. There's now an empty like just completely empty donut shaped hole and this like pillar
Don't eat the microphone.
that has a sword sticking in it.
Great. Is there anything in the hole? It's just empty. It's just a
ow, you. Not a single thing is in the hole.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go check on the kids now, make sure they're okay.
Ow!
So I'm gonna obviously give Kobe a level 1 healing word.
Thank you. And as you tend to the kids, let's finish up real quick, and then we'll move over to the last thing.
Yeah. Now that they're good, I guess I'll get them up, and we'll kind of slowly make our way. Grab the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you just walk in and just nonchalantly make a strength check to pull the sword.
Okay, let's make a strength check. 17.
So you just go, and as you pull it out, it is a big ass sword.
It's a big sword.
It is a great sword, and it is stuck like freaking far down into this thing, and at the end, it's just like this big cleave. Like it looks like more like a meat cleaver at the end than as a great sword, and it's like completely, like almost like axe-like almost. And it's slashing.
Well, I know who this is going to, and we're just gonna like strap it on my back.
And you just put it on your back, and you see like it's just like got like these sort of like black, like oily cloth for the handle, and as you put it in, it feels like really almost like slimy as you put it in. I guess from it being there for so long,
Yes.
Place that in there.
And then me and the kids will try and make our way down the hallway.
As you start digging into the kids and begin making your way out to that hallway to see what lies beyond.
Nothing else is an exit.
Boop boop boop. The call drops with Grim over in the Underwhelm. What would you like to do with your call, Mitnir?
Who do we call? We got one
Ghostbusters.
more. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Call
that
the
would help
Ghostbusters, says the guy in the consumer.
Yeah, it's like it helped the guy doing the farming thing, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think we need to update people up top about our situation now that we know they're all safe. And maybe they can help Grim.
We're all safe. Grim.
The people up top are safe, okay? Grim's not up top. Well,
yeah, you
he's
were kind
probably
of
above
kicking
us.
that thing's
But
ass. It's crazy.
Man, our world has too many pancakes.
yeah, it really does. I think we should probably call Cleary again. He seems like a good coordinator.
Call Cleary.
Oh, yes. Yes, hello. Hi.
Hey,
We
You got
fixed it.
activated down there. Wonderful.
we did. Oh, it's so good to see you. I don't. Well, I think we have time, but I don't know if you have time.
I will make time.
Everyone's really okay.
As I believe Orin,
as you are running to having communicated with
Leary?
Cleary up to this time, you actually like see him in the hallway, like talking on the phone at this exact moment. Yes, he's in. You can hear him saying all this. He's like, yes, he's in the academy right now. I'm going to meet him as we speak.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's so good. All right, and perhaps he's safe.
Yes, I assume Bropsy is fine. Again, the headmaster is looking after her.
Okay.
I'm assured just by that she is fine.
All right. I would appreciate some independent checks on that. She didn't sound good when
We
I
will
tried
head
to
down
talk
there
to her.
as soon as possible.
Okay. Meanwhile, Grim seems to be fighting things. He said somewhere underground with crystals and rocks. That's not very helpful, but that was the best he could do. And he's fighting things, and he has children now. I don't know if maybe someone at the academy would be able to locate him, or I mean, for all we know, he's in one of those many delves. I don't know, but he might need help. But he did say he would head to the school as soon as he was able. So keep an eye out, please. In the meantime,
He also said something about a dwarf and a dog. Is that on there?
he killed the big dwarf, I think.
well,
I
I-
don't know.
With the description of him being underground and all, I would assume that he is in the Crystal Undercity.
Perhaps, yes.
There's tons of caverns that run around there. Some of them to old ruins. Some of them were just carved out by dwarf miners or by a lot of creatures, denizens of the
Oh, and
Undercity,
he
are
mentioned big
burrowers.
dwarf. Okay,
Well, there you have it.
that's
but-
good. See, this is why we call you. You know things.
Sometimes, depending on if my studies have made it that far.
All right. So, I mean, you have his number thing, so you guys can call each other and maybe coordinate some kind of rescue or help. Because unfortunately, Mitnir and I are a bit trapped down here, and we have just entered into an arrangement with someone called the Crimson Dawn in the Coral Reef.
I will admit, I know next to nothing about the Underwhelm.
That's fine. I'm giving you information, and maybe you can talk to people or tell the others in our group.
I will investigate as much as I can. And
Yeah, unfortunately.
By the way, you're standing, like, unless you didn't approach, you're standing right next to him, Warren. Like, just listening. He hasn't even noticed you're there, though.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, listening.
Our movement is restricted. We cannot leave the Coral Reef.
You guys notice Oren just kind of, like, photobombing in the background, just...
Orange!
He's not even, like, looking, he's just kind of there. Right? Or just listening, like, right? He's not, like, approaching, he's just...
Oh, okay. Great. All right.
what? Oh, Oren, you're here! Awesome.
Yep.
But we're gonna need you guys here.
Well, yeah, so here's the thing. Here's what happened. We were sort of taken prisoners and then kidnapped from the prison by the Crimson Dawn. And he believes that we are somehow magically or whatever able to acquire access to the Aquiem source. And so
no
he
idea what you're talking about.
I know, just take notes and then you can talk to people who do know and
I'm sorry, I didn't have my notepad ready. Can you start over and tell me it all from the beginning in 5 seconds? He was like, "One, do you have a pen and paper?"
No.
Oh, Crumbles! And then Crumbles just take
It all
notes,
started by
Crumbles.
cannonballing into the ocean.
We're ready now. I should always have this going.
I tell him all of that again.
And it just scribes.
And like
You watch as the paper just takes notes for
they're
itself.
planning to announce us as some kind of great messiahs who can, defy the social order of things.
I will look up any lore that about the Underwhelm I can. I will check out books
Here's the thing.
post haste.
It's Aquium is the essence of Agar, and Agar is their sort of. Are you familiar with that name?
I'll pull the little vial thing out again and go,
No,
stuff! Squeak, squeak,
that
squeak,
doesn't
squeak.
particularly sound familiar.
My
no.
best guess is that it is a primordial who is the origin of water. That is my guess.
That would be very large
Yes.
information. I'm sorry. Did you say primordial?
I did.
uh,
That is my guess, and I think I might be right.
the primordials are more concept setting than they are
we
an
have
actual
already
entity.
met one. And that is why Propsy is important. I know a lot has happened.
You're very talented at pulling my leg there.
Very,
Miss
I'm
Setinera.
gonna push her completely out of the camera and be like, "This is real." And then just put her back on the camera.
Orin's just gonna lean in and go, Cleary, we've met one.
It's not. You can't be.
I'm sorry.
I
you
need
weren't-
to research some.
Yes.
Crumbles, take notes! How did this concept even begin? If you think about it logically, you can't personify them.
You probably shouldn't tell anybody else.
You can see that
either.
there's blood vessels like bursting
Cleary,
around his eyes.
Cleary, I know this is a big information, but stick with me.
I'm going to send this information to Cinder. Is that okay?
Sure, yes, we like Cinder well enough. That said,
He says to Orin, take this, give me your give me your seal. I'm calling Cinder right now.
no, Cleary, please, let me finish telling you our predicament.
He looks at you and his eyes are just like, okay, keep taking notes.
Northot is after these primordials. He wants their fractures.
And the fractures of primordials.
Apparently, he is trying to awaken something he called, or the idiot god, or something. That with the essences of these primordials, it can be awoken and the world will end. Basically, was the gist of it. So we have to protect these essences, these primordials, with our lives. And I think Propsy has one of them. So, please.
Propsy has a primordial.
Yes, I think so.
How does that if?
Now, we are being asked to break into the ground
Wait,
of Agar.
is that why all this happened?
All
Because
what?
you met that primordial. Is that why hell broke loose on the campus?
Probably.
What?
Northot was there, and he wanted it.
Towers
and
fall.
we-
Things stopped working. I stopped breathing for a minute.
Well, it was
I-
there.
I stopped breathing too.
Did everyone eat sea urchin?
Which primordial have you met?
Nephros. And he is
A name makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, but
the first breath.
He's the air primordial.
goes by the first breath. Zephyr. Yes,
Talk,
I mean,
talk to Bropsy if you can do so safely.
we will be there, and we will see her as soon as possible. I will.
can fill you in on the
speak
rest
with the
with
headmaster.
Oren. In the meantime, we are being asked to break upon the ground of Agar and potentially come up against him or it. I am worried this is another ploy of Northot's, or Northot will be lurking. and we might wind up in the same situation all over again, but with water this time. We will need help down here, but ideally we will just need extracted out from under the Crimson Dawn, that we can leave and regroup something. But we don't have much time to get this ball rolling, and we need to play our parts in the meantime. We will be these messiahs, and we will do what the Crimson Dawn wants. But it could pose a grave danger to the world if Northrop gets what he wants out of this. If I'm right about what Agar is and what we are being asked to do.
It's a lot to process.
I know.
And
I know.
I hope Crumples is taking notes. Because I'm not going to lie, my mind is actually blown. I can't process much more of this, so I will say this. I will see to Bropsy as soon as possible.
Thank you.
And hopefully, God willing, we will be together soon. I will give you a call as soon as I am done finding her.
Thank you. I'm out of calls and messages for the day. But I will call
In the
every
worst
day.
case scenario, we will speak tomorrow.
Yes.
We also could use Yudrizma to jump down here for a moment. If
Oh, right.
so on.
There's a fracture in play. We were promised a fracture as payment, and he claimed it was already an essence of Agar. I do not quite believe that, but somebody who is familiar with fractures and would be able to verify that should come down and do so for us. We were allowed that much. Because if it is what he says, then we definitely want it. And so does Northot.
Very well. We shall be there. Well, I'll let him know.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Dump all of this on you.
Lord dump.
Beautiful. What? What? What did you say?
No, let's go. We gotta go.
Gordon, I'm so
Okay.
glad to see you're
But-
okay. Y'all
It
take
hangs
care out
up.
there. We'll talk tomorrow if
It's
not
already
sooner.
hung up.
Oh.
So, Orin, let's go to the headmaster's office.
And as he begins heading in that direction with you in tow, Bropsy.
Mm-hmm.
You come to consciousness. Looking around the space, you hear squeaking and grumbling coming from just near your back, because you're laying almost face forward down on the ground right now. Your back hurts. That is what you were feeling at this moment.
Can I turn my head to see what's making that noise?
As you turn your head and look around you, start getting your bearings, your eyes have to adjust from just the sheer stress of what you've been through. And looking around, you see what looks like a box on your left side and what looks like a Selindor on your right. On one side of the box, looking down at you, is a single large eye about the size of a melon. And a mouth that is coming out of, if you knew what a computer looked like, this pile would be the monitor, and the computer disk drive would be where its mouth is sort of coming out. And it sort of looks at you, it's got these big pouty lips, and it goes, and the other one on the other side goes,
No way, Zurapan.
and you look and you see that it's got two, it's almost got like a cyborg laser sort of thing going on, and it's got like a really long nutcracker like mouth. And it goes, but it's got also really nice eyelashes coming out of it.
What?
And as it turns and goes, looks, he goes,
Common. It's common.
Yes.
I
Hi, I
common
speak
too.
common.
Yes, I'm really sorry. Are you alright?
I.
And as you're
I
helped
don't
up by this
know.
sort of little robotic pincy arms, they sort of like help you up. This little thin one, and the other one goes,
Yeah, I'm gonna be up to other side. Yeah.
helps you up with similar tiny appendages, and you see, and this is like a little copper box, a little copper tube that have strangely organic parts mixed in.
Uh,
And I go, you see the eye starts watering. Are you okay?
e- uh, yes.
As you think to yourself, yes, you become aware for a moment, because the first thing you usually do when you get up is stretch your wings out, and you feel nothing connected. Those muscles are still there, but not the ones further out. Your wings are gone. And as you turn and you look behind you, you see something still moving as you move the muscles on your back. But it doesn't
Did
feel
you give me-
attached.
Did you give me chicken wings? I swear to God.
As you begin moving your back and looking behind you, you see 1, 2, you lift them up. You see singular feathers, pure white, hovering behind your back, tracing the outermost edge of what was once your wings. Nothing's attached to them.
They're just.
But nevertheless,
floating feathers.
as you move your back, the feathers still move as if they were the tip feathers of your wings. And they are made out of pure white. Remember that these are the feathers that changed when you got your first fracture.
Huh? I don't actually remember that, but okay.
So basically, you just have like individual feathers giving like a sort of understanding of a wing.
Okay.
And they still sort of move, but it just feels empty.
Yeah.
As
Can
they
I
set you up.
Touch it.
You touch the feather?
Yeah.
Yeah, you touch the feather. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
And as you find that moment and realize that you don't have your wings anymore and the price has been paid, that is what we will end our session for the night. Hope you guys had fun. I know Oren, you didn't get to do much. You literally went to bed, woke up, and went to the academy. But, it's really hard to do 4 storylines at the same time when one of them's complete. You really don't have a lot of actions for them.
No worries. I still
We're collapsing it.
Slowly but
By the
surely.
way, you actually have a sword. A great sword. But for now, just go ahead and put a great sword. Just magical great sword somewhere on your sheet so you don't forget.
Magical
A
great
great
sword.
sword.
A great sword? What are you talking about? Like great exclamation point?
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
Great sword.
Oh, my thing scroll.
So I hope everybody had fun. You missed out, by the way. I wanted to let you know. You
Me?
missed out on 1,156 platinum pieces, 4,269 gold pieces, and 400 gold worth of aquium.
Wow.
You would have probably kept the aquium, let's be honest, but the gold coins you probably would have just been like, meh.
I mean,
That was an actual fortune that was hidden in a rock on the back, like in a false rock piece on the back of the pillar.
yeah, but I don't want to play with the kids, like possibly
Yeah, no.
falling on
I
crystals
love
in the
I love
water.
that you didn't find it. I just wanted to make sure because you sort of half checked it, but I was like, you don't think you can get this by yourself. So
Yeah, no, Grim doesn't. I mean, it's little metal pieces. He's not that concerned about it.
Yeah.
The kids are alive. That's pretty
So I
much
offered you guys a hidden stash of a bunch of gold. So finally be like, you guys can go shopping again.
Yeah,
It's been
shopping
a while.
episodes.
You could buy a lot with that
I'm
much
sure we,
platinum.
We talk about-
could find some cool
It's
shit. in
only
the
been
core
like 2 days since we went shopping to prepare for the
Yeah.
dungeon.
It's
true.
That is true. But you didn't have a lot of gold to work with back then either.
Yeah.
Orin has 120 gold to his name.
You guys haven't been paid in a long time.
Mhm.
Orin's
I
broke.
think I
I've
still
got
have the
220.
1,000 that I was supposed to give for an orphanage. I was just holding on to.
1,000 gold that you're supposed to give to an
The
orphanage?
orphanage is
It was
probably
1,000 or
gone
500
anyway.
or some number.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
The orphanage
The-
is gone. It's gone.
That
Orphan
you know
charity.
that an orphanage that got 1,000 gold would be like, kick the fucking kids out, we're rich. Like,
We're making a hotel.
yeah, we're in a hotel now.
Put them kids to work.
Yeah, like that's a lot of money to give to an orphanage. They're like done with costs for a year or 2 or 3
Yeah.
or 10.
Bum, bum, bum.
Godmama Bropsy.
Yeah,
So-
that's like
That's what made all hell broke loose. Wait, what? What are you talking about?
so yeah, there's lots more chaos going on in other places. Like pretty much all of Selindor right now is fucking in crisis mode. But somehow you guys have like the calmer side of that.
Yeah, we're gonna get up there and be like, what happened while we were
The underwhelmed, like most of the people in the underwhelmed don't even know. Like they're
Well,
just chilling.
the people where I am sure, well, they don't know because they're all dead. But
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are just dead. Well, and there's a lot of other ones. It's like if you drop a rock on a rock, how much does it really hurt? You know what I'm saying?
it depends on the size of the rocks.
I was
That's
gonna
what I'm saying,
depends
there's
on
plenty
what the
of-
rocks are made out of.
There's plenty of people in the Undercity that are alive. That
Yeah.
was pretty terrifying. It's just there was not a whole lot of structure defending the people in Swampside.
Yeah.
So-
No, Chrissy would have been, I mean, she would have been powder.
Oh,
So-
powder! They all would have been crushed. All the kids would have died
Oh,
instantly.
no, yeah, they definitely would die, but even Chrissy would have been, yeah. she
Well,
would have
unless
just
she
been
can
dust.
pass through rock, then. She
Well, that's
would be
true. I
fine.
guess she could just pass through it, yeah.
So now that he's already dead, and that was that dwarf actually like a bad guy, or was he just like a grumpy old man that
No,
you know?
he
was
just
in
came
his
out
yard.
trying to kill us for.
Yeah,
us
you guys
being there.
you guys were interlopers.
You're
So-
on
I
mean,
his lawn. Get
You
off
were
my
you were
lawn.
invading his space, and he didn't know
I
what the
mean-
fuck was going on. So yeah, he sent his dog out to go sick him.
Yeah, I mean, the dog came out and bit me for 30 damage, so I think, yeah, they're gonna die.
Game
Yeah.
on, old man.
Also, he was a big owl asshole. He was not a nice guy. His name is Margod the Mad.
Yep.
That was the Den of Margod the Mad. You actually missed why he's mad. Once the
Oh, well.
firelight was gonna die out in the center, you were gonna see the invisible chalk lines that covered the entire cavern and showed you how crazy he is.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we went to explore
you
instead.
just woke up and fucking bolted, man.
You were just gonna see Northought and then like a whole description of his how to kill him.
Yeah.
Well, see, no, here's the thing, though, is Grim has to get out, because one, he's got to find Ernie, and two, I gotta get my other damn mushrooms, which are just, hopefully they're okay. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're just fractures, so they're probably fine, but, what's the NPC that had that?
I don't know. The question
Oh,
first is
the-
your tower still standing?
She was like the bartender
The
or whatever.
witch, yeah, at the base of the thing. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember her name. I have a lot of NPCs.
It was a flower or something. It wasn't like chrysanthemum, was it?
Oh, it would have been chrysanthemum. That sounds right to me.
I don't know. I'm
Then
gonna
it was
take
a
this guy
fake.
down.
Hey, yeah,
take this turn
awesome.
down.
That was a really good way to outro our game. So professional. I honestly thought we were off already, and we were
No,
just
you
chatting.
gotta
That's
wrap
how
it up.
little
before I
I am present most of the time when we're
Yeah.
doing this, and I forget we're streaming.
Hey, remember, guys, we did it for the roll.
Yeah, yeah. We did it for the rolls. There we go. We're so good at this.